Let me let everybody show you a few things I got, and and then I'm just going to work on a couple bunnies for next weekend, I think, for lack of any other motivation today. Put those up before they get damaged. All right. I guess I might. Hi. Oh. All right. Let's let everybody get in, and I'm going to tweet that I'm on. How are you? You having a good weekend? Hi, Luce. Hi, Dot. I was just tweeting that I was on. Because I'm a little early. Picked out some napkins for a background for a bunny. I thought we'd do this one and do maybe one the Halloween. And then I thought we might use this one and do like a marine sea theme kind of. Or and then possibly one of these. Or possibly this for a holiday theme. Hi, Jackie. But I'll show y'all what I got. Got the book that we saw on Paula's for the drawing and all the information about being more accurate about doing landscapes, animals, journal studies, lighting. I haven't really looked at it much. It's got a lot of step outs, a lot of information, and it breaks it down into categories. How to draw animals, how to draw wildflowers, how to draw trees, how to draw landscapes. It gives you some general information. But I like how there's a lot of step outs. It's not necessarily all watercolor or one medium. I think it will go good with this other book that I have that I'll show y'all. And I'm not sure I've ever shown y'all. I bought it half price. It's called the Artist Complete Problem Solver for Landscape, Flowers, and Animals. And it will give you perspective, watercolor exercises, talks about different trees, so it's got a section that's about trees, buildings, mountains, hills, waterfalls, almost anything you would paint. It has information in it, flowers, gives you common problems and solutions. It will talk about watercolor and colored pencils, your drawing, the details. Then it goes into composition and arrangement, color theory, line and movement, talking about making fur and hair. And I forget to get it out and use it. And I need to use it more. Wild animals, And so it's a DNC by Trudy Friend. Like I said, mostly it focuses on watercolor and colored pencil. It's realistic. I think Jean would like this book. And Shauna. Janet too, most likely. Anybody that is looking to do realism, it has really good tips in it. And it'll give you what the typical problem is that most people do, and then it'll give you solutions to make it better. It's been a long time since I got it. Here's the, I don't know if the camera will focus on the ISBN number. It doesn't want to focus on it. But it's Artist Complete Problem Solver by Trudy Friend. And then, like I said, I got the Law's Guide to Nature Drawing and Journaling. And I thought between the two of these, I could try. I'm going to try to tackle more trees, florals, some of the things that I avoid. Urban sketching more, maybe. I did get some bee paper. I got more artist tape. That's kind of boring. I got some more of the precision pens that I like. These are waterproof. They're by American Crafts, and you get a 01, 03, 05, and 08 in the package. I think there's 2 of one of them. Now I can kill these because I get gel medium built up on them sometimes. And I don't run them out of ink so much as I kill the tips. So there's 2 3s. Yeah, there's 2 3s in the package. The 3s are what I use. The 5 and the 3 is what I like to use to make the eyelash on the bunnies. I'll stick those in that cup for right now because those are all good. I got some die cuts from Dot. They're circles. I don't want to take them out of their little envelopes until I use them. And there's some little flourishes in white and black. A nice little card. Took forever to come from England, didn't it, Dot? And I got the circle maker that Patty had. That's what caused me to get the bee paper and the pins, because this was an add-on, and it was like $3.50 as an add-on on Amazon. So I don't know why I needed it, but I had to have it. We might use some of these from Dot's collection or Joan's collection on the rabbits. All right, so let's put, I have a big art show next week. Hi, Patricia, and hi, Joan, and Joy, Jillian. I don't know if Eileen's here yet or not. I haven't heard from Shauna, so I don't know if she wasn't feeling well and laid down and fell asleep. It might be what happened. I didn't hear from her. Usually if she knows she's not going to stream, she'll send me a text. So we had a good time doing the Alice in Wonderland bunny, and I have another bunny traced. But in doing the Alice in Wonderland, I ended up doing some extra backgrounds. So I made some extra bunnies that I have that I'm going to use. So I thought we'd do some kind of background and then add them on top. And then we'll do this one that's here. So let me get some Canon mixed media paper. I was thinking about doing the Pick 6, but when I was looking for napkins, I found a couple that I kind of thought might really work. And we could do something fun with that. So the first one I thought we would start with is this one has bats on it. And why don't we put this background on here and let that be. And there'll be enough extra that I can probably put a little bit on the bunny. We could do that to start with. And we do a Halloween rabbit, which I've done before. But like I said, I have a big art show next weekend. In fact, I won't be streaming next weekend. I make sure I got both layers. Now I save this because I jelly print on it and then use it. I don't even care that there's a little imprint of the bats. I don't think I'm going to worry about this part right here. I might use that on the bunny in some way. So let's get some glue on the paper. I'm not going to put anything behind the napkin. I'm just going to let it be white. All right, and I only got glue on that top part. Try to set it down. And then just now add some more glue to the bottom. And it's really watered down. I'm not worried about it being heavy glue at this point, because it's going to get so much. I don't think I'm going to do anything else to the background. At this point, let me put my, yeah, it's a really big art show. This year they have 900 artists, over 50 bands that play during the day. It's just a one-day show. It runs from noon to 10 o'clock at night, but you set up, usually I'm setting up it's 8:30. So usually by 10 o'clock, people in the neighborhood are starting to walk up and down the street. So you get customers from 10 to 10 in reality. I think I'm even going to take some of the handmade watercolors to sell because there'll be other artists there, and see if maybe I don't sell some water, or crafty people, and see if I don't sell some watercolor. Hi, Eileen. All right, so I'm going to dry that real quick before I trim it. So I'm going to turn on the heat gun. Yeah, I wasn't going to, Joan. And then I got to thinking, well, you do have other artists that come through your booth, or the people that come to those art shows a lot of times are crafty. So I think what I'll do is take like a little, well, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but if it's going to be hot, I'm probably going to take a little cooler anyways, and I could keep the pans out of the heat, because I'm not sure how they would do in the heat. That's my only concern about being outside all day. With them. And I'm not taking any art supplies to do art. It's just too hard. I've tried before. You get interrupted talking to people. There's no place to really put it. So, okay. I think this bunny is it's this one or this one. I don't know. Maybe maybe neither of those. Let me get a different piece of paper. Some lighter weight paper. Give me just a second. I'll just cut one out this plain. I know we'll use orange-based papers and watercolors. We might use a little of the napkin in the ear. All right, there's a empty bunny, and let me get our drawer that has orange and neutral paper out and set it to the side, because that's where we're going to want to pull some pattern from. All right, I'm going to let that dry and we'll add the bunny to them. Let's just do the bunny as is. All right. So I'm looking to see what I have that's printed that has orange or yellow. That might work. napkin. It's a napkin too, but not finding anything really bright enough. Not one of my favorite colors, so it's not something I jelly print with very often. That might work. I do have some scrapbook papers. Here's some orange that came from Kathy Berg. Here's some peachy orange. That might work. All right, I'm going to look in the neutral box and see what I have in black and white, because maybe it's black and then we flood it with watercolor. Which is what I'm leaning towards right now. Some dictionary paper, some black and white. There's a doily we could possibly use in some way. I'm trying to avoid anything that's got beige. Kind of like this with some blue in it. Maybe that's the nose. Here's some gray. Yeah, black, orange, leave some white. I think I like that better for the, or this better. I'm looking for the nose too. It's kind of a taupe color. But it'll take, here's some more napkin that's got black on it. think that's pretty good to start with. Oh, and I know what else I'm going to get. That's black and white. I'm going to get some music paper that's black and white. Okay, let's move this to the side. All right. I don't think I'm going to use that because it's got too much brown in it. So this is where I start culling and making decisions. Okay. I kind of like the fact that there's orange and black, but it is a little on the peachy side. I'm going to have this in the middle and then music paper. So music paper will take the watercolor really well. I might use that for the ears. Get rid of those because we're going to make the watercolor is going to be orange. So let's make the same size as this. With the watercolor. And then I'm leaning towards one of those for the ears. You'll give it a little pop of blue. Hi, Miss Judy. Hi, Liz. Yeah, it's going to be Halloween Bunny. I'm going to put some glue on there. Lay down that first coat, which is the orange. And then Move some of that excess off the side. I'm not going to worry about the bottom yet because it's not on the page. Can always adjust that. Where do I get my craft paper? Well, these are jelly printed papers. The Bats is a napkin, and I'm working on Canson watercolor paper. This is drawing paper actually here. I don't want it to be as thick as the 140 weight watercolor. And I have people who know that I use stuff like the music paper, and they ask at church. And my husband's a musician, so we have friends that just naturally have music stuff. Too. So that's where I source the maps and the music paper that I use. Half price bookstore, sometimes you can get a good deal on an atlas. But my friends asked at church and then got me like 3 or 4 of them. Because a lot of people have them laying around in their house. Don't know what to do with them. I think they're going to get harder and harder to find. As we use less and less print. But all the other papers are jelly papers that I've printed. I used a copyright-free photo as my general pattern for my shape. And I just use that same photo that I've cut up to cut my template, to cut my pieces. Leaning towards the darker. Okay, now I'll fit in there when I'm done with it. I just go for it. I have a tendency to do a pattern in the ears and a pattern here. I like to mix the patterns. Hi, Isabella, by the way. See, I'm going to cut a different ear because I don't like how that one came out. I don't like the way I tore it. Let's put it that way. I tore it too short. I want to leave it. You got a shout out. Isabella's one of my students from last year. Her mom works at my school. Actually, I'm going to cut another ear out on that one too, because I can. I want to over here. Okay. Get rid of all of that. Hi, Sophia. Okay. Oh, yeah. If you type in all caps, it's much easier for me to see when you're talking to me. And when I keep the glue off the top of the paper so that watercolor will go on top of it. See, this one I cut so quickly. I'm struggling with it. Doesn't match because I just whacked at it so fast. So let's do it that way. I'm going to trim that just a little bit too. Let's do the same thing over here. Just hi, Larissa and Jalen. My Larissa and Jalen from school. Who always hang out with Isabella. Is that what I'm reading? Okay. Are you feeling better, Dot? All right, let's see if there's... Let me do a nose. So there's a nose. And let's go ahead and placement of our eyes. Put the nose on. Okay. Now we need to decide if we want any other print pattern going on anywhere. Like in the cheeks. How about just some newsprint? In the cheek. I like to tear it. He needs a tie. Yeah, we could do that. Let's not do it till the end, though. We can probably use this paper to make a tie towards the end if we're making it a boy. I'm going to keep with the upside down. There's something. On that. Oh, I'll put that right there. The other possibility is to do something with bats, because we do have some of the napkin left over. So we probably should incorporate bats somewhere on him, her. Because we do have some of this left over too. You know, there is just a possibility if we want to, we could take and add a tie, but maybe we just want some bats on this music paper. We could also use this somehow in the tie, this border, because we do have some of this left over. Let's add some watercolor. A bat bow tie? Okay. We can try a couple different things. The problem with the bat bow tie is it may disappear on the background unless we make it a color with the bats on top, which is a possibility, is put a pop of color under it, like a bright blue or something. Hi, CB. I was just wondering where you were. All right. So I'm going to use a tube because I know it'll be a more intense orange than the pan. Now I need 2 colors for the bunny. I'm thinking about the blue for the middle here, and then the orange everywhere else, sort of. And maybe some blue in here. And I'm just going to use this. Already has some orange and yellow and blue on it. And get that wet. Add some fresh orange. The only problem with the orange and the blue is it will make mud. Hi, Linda. Okay, that. All right, I'm gonna just take a wet brush and kind of bleed that out. Now I could go yellow, which is probably the safer route. Is to float some bright yellow in there. I always leave, always do 2 colors. And I like them to blend. But it also makes that nose, allows me to make that bridge. The yellow's working pretty good. All right. I'm going to lift some of this and get it more mottled. I'm going to put some more orange back in here and let them kind of blend. I like what's going on up there. Well, it's not a Dracula, but it's a Halloween bunny. Let's bring some of that orange up here. And kind of soften it out with some of the yellow. We'll let some of that black show through. Okay. Let's see. Get the yellow going in here. We'll get the more intense orange here, but maybe some drippage. Get it wet and let it. Blot some of this out here because I don't want the face to run down. I just want this to run. Let's put some. I'm going to spray some water on it. And let it do its thing. Kind of like that. Splat a little bit of more orange. I'm putting some green splats in there for Eileen. But then I want to soften it. All right, I'm going to let it run again. Hold it up and spray it at the top. All right, I think that's enough watercolor on the bunny. Let's move this. Dry him, her, him, her. Okay. Hi, Kat. Hi, Mindy. So let's get the background back out. I think it goes good on the background. Do we want to do anything to the background before we put him on there? Do we want to put blue watercolor on the background? Hi, Debbie. Like a him? It looks like a him. Could put a bright green or bright blue, or should we leave it that white? I'm thinking if we do the tie, we should do a bright green with the bats on top of the green. Should we put a moon back there? Okay. Let's make the moon a print though, right, Eileen? Now I have some silvers. There is, let's do dirty. Okay, let me find a silver paper. That we can use. What about just this paper? It's got some pattern in it, but it's not real. Let's do a big circle in that and see if we like it. The white is dark. That's the biggest, unless I make a, what are you thinking about, Debbie? You have a circle maker. Needs to be a bigger moon. All right, let me use our handy dandy circle maker. This is the back. I'm gonna pick a couple different sizes. We'll cut it the first size and see what we think. Now the circle maker makes a straight circle, but you got to cut straight to get a perfect circle, which I'm not doing here, but I don't really care. Something like that. Behind one ear. And I could put a bat on the moon. Is that a good size? Okay. Do we want a color on the background? Jillian, I'm telling you, $3.50 add-on Amazon. When you're buying something else already, throw it in your cart. I don't have any problems with mine. Now, somebody, I think it was Allie maybe, said that theirs didn't work. It was either Aaron or Allie that said they had a problem with theirs, but mine is not broken or damaged, and it turns just fine. A pale gray wash. Okay, with the shimmer, we can do that because we have silvery watercolors that I made that are silver with glitter. Just a second. I have the package it came in. I put in Circle Maker. It's a Helix. Is the brand. Helix, Angle, and Circle Maker. And it was an add-on. Now you can get it for about $6 or $7 by itself, but I went ahead and bought other stuff. Okay, so I have 2 silvers that I'm going to use. I'm going to start right here. Actually, I'm going to start down here, where we're going to cover it up if we don't like it. I'm leaning towards a blue. Again, I'm going to go in this area that'll be under the bunny, so it won't matter. I'm leaning towards this blue. But I don't know. It does change the colors of the bats. So if I have to kind of go around the bats, that goes a little brown. Yeah, I like the blue too. All right. I'm going to avoid going on top of the bats a whole lot. Or that was the goal, but maybe I'll go on it and then blot it. I'm not sure I like it. The other thing we could use is we could put this on it and then wash it out. I think it needs to be more intense. I just bought stuff I needed that I would like. Oh, that was not good. Not good, not good. All right. I think the spray would be better. In reality. How to move all this other stuff. And then let's spray it with water. And I'm going to take a I'm going to really flood it. I'm going to take a paper towel here in just a minute. It has some gel medium on it. That's why it's not taking color really well. I'm just spreading that blue, but I like that bright intensity. He's going to pop, which is what we need anyways. Okay. Hi, Darla. I need the Timmy cardboard. I need a box. All right, we're going to add the moon and the bunny. I got to make sure that there's nothing. I'm going to get on the bunny when I flip it over to put glue on the back. All right, let's put some glue on the back of our bunny. You weren't in anywhere in the area where the hurricane was, were you, Darla? Are you more central? Florida? Hi, Kimberly. Did I see somebody tweet that your other house was good and okay? Oh, you're in Missouri. For some reason, I was thinking you were in Florida. My bad. use a clean paper towel to try to smooth that down. Yeah, I knew Picola was in North Pensacola, Florida area. And I know that Kim was. For some reason. It will when I'm done with it. I'm going to put some silver on it and bubble it. Let's find that silver right now. I just had it last time I was streaming. Here it is. It's the Deco Art Mixed Media silver. I need to get a... Yeah, I think the color turned out pretty. But let me... And you can't see that on screen right now. I can't touch it a whole lot right. Ooh, it's hot underneath there too. Can you see how it bubbled? And we'll fix that in a bit. Okay, I am going to give her a coat. I need to get more glue on the background, but I need to protect what we've done from the blue. We'll get the eyes back in. All right, and I need glue over this. Right in here. You can put a little bit of glue on the delusions. Help keep it off. I gotta get that bunny stuck down in places better. Hi, Helen. Let me try this. I need pressure. In some places, that's what I need. All right, that'll work. Okay, we need white paint on the eyes so it can dry. And then I can put a coat of gel medium over when it dries. All right, that'll work. All right, so let's make a tie to add on. We want lime green under the tie. Hi, Lori. I want the bats on the tie, but I'm thinking underneath it a pop of a bright green under the bats, or a yellow green. Not for the pattern, but for the color. Try to see if I have anything more yellow green. There is this. There's also that piece. I think this is too dull. I think it needs to be the brighter. Like, it's not going to show through a whole lot. Okay. Here's the bat napkin. I'm leaning towards the brighter green. This green, I lean. Okay, so there's the tie, the bow tie. If we put the bats on it and then glue it on. It'll work better. So let's get some glue on the green. And then let's find bats going the right direction. And we still have some spare bats. Okay. I'll get her off the table. Let me dry it real quick so I can cut it better. Anyway. No, it won't. Oh, no, it won't. Yes, it will. CB. All right. So let's use this side. Thank you. Okay. So there's one side. Let's get some more ding dang green paper. And let's glue some bats on it, right side up. Use this one on the back to kind of cut it. That works. Okay. Glue. Throw that away. Do we want some little bats here and there? I think yes. From the napkin, just bring some of the bats onto the music paper part. They can't get some of those people out. I don't know. They probably have now, I'm sure. But there's 3 on that side, and then maybe another one. Partial. Kind of like that. Okay. Too many bats for you, CB. Well, I'm going to go with it because they're there. And the shading's not done. If it were a girl, I would have put a bat up there, not a bow tie. But y'all said it was a boy. Oh, I know what I need. We need glue on the eyes. Okay. You need to dry it, and then we'll use pit pins to finish it. Bye, Picola. Bye, Debbie. All right. I don't think I'll be getting 3 of these done today. We'll see. It's almost 4. We've been on almost 2 hours. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to get the other paper that's empty and the other napkin and glue that while we're waiting on it. And I'm going to go with the okay, so in protecting the napkins, there they are. I'm going to go with this one, I think. And I might not put a bunny on it. I'm just going to do this background. But I'm thinking bunny. So let's get a big brush. I'm going to spray that with some water just to get it to lay down. And then I'm going to add a bunny on top of that that's already cut out of a print. I think I like this one. kind of sand color. Then I can finish her later. With some other print. When somebody else is streaming, I'll okay. I'll let that dry. And then let's do the other one on a different napkin background. Okay, so here's the bunny. I am losing my mind. I keep putting things. Okay, it's either that background, or this plaid. I'm leaning towards either this yeah, I love that ocean napkin. I think I'm going to do this. This isn't going to show up, so I'm not going to. I'm going to cut that off because I don't want to ruin it. Because I can use it on the bunny somewhere. If I don't lose it. But this will be a real girly bunny. Okay. Put that on the edge. And then we'll add some more glue over here. And I managed to save because I will use part of these on the bunny, I think. Let's give that a spray of water too. And some glue. I need to turn it this way. What did CB say? So that'll give me, that'll be under the mat, so I'll cover it with some paint or extra napkin. So we'll let that dry. So let's get our friend here back. And let me throw some stuff in the back in the drawers. So I don't have quite as much stuff distracting me. I need to go through and give this room a really good cleaning. Okay. Let's see, we need brown. I think we can use that color. Need a bright green. Black. I have an orange. No, I have not heard from Shauna. My guess is that she might not have been feeling well and she may have laid down. Okay, got to stay away from the eyes for a minute. Let's work on the moon because the moon is. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get some of that texture to show up that we put in there. I'll put the edge back in. Okay. That's not bad. So you can sort of see the texture on the moon. Oh, look what happened. Okay, we're going to have to do a total eye repair. He really does have cataracts, Dot. Looking to see if I have anything that's the right color. We'll use this. Okay. All right, let's let that dry. Never had to do eye surgery before. Dot always claims that I got poor cataracts. Okay, let's come up here. All right, that works for that. And I think I'll use the gray in here. I need to buy a new gray set. I've about killed all of the grays. That's too wet right there. Okay, that's okay. That needs some black, but it's too wet in here. I need to dry the face. Oh my ding dong chat. Shadow in here. Work on the nose. Lighter in here. Okay. All right, let's put this in here. And on the sides over here. Darken that, intensify that color right in there. Let's get a yellow up in here. Intensify a little bit of that yellow. All right, let's go with the needs the black. Pull back a little on some of that. Let's put brown in the eyes. Okay. Get the black in there. I don't know if I even want to know what you're talking about. Okay, let that dry. Eyelashes and highlights. And we'll be done. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, CB. That I didn't really want to know. I don't think any of my students are very still. All right. Let's get the white Posca pen. Okay, there's that. Let's get a 3 and 1 and a 5. I'm going to start with little kind of like commas. That's a 1. All right, I'm going to flip it upside down. All right, now I'm going to take the 3 and go over the same areas and pull it out lighter, smaller. Sometimes I even use the 1 to get stray hairs. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that 1 even a little. It is not wanting to ride on the surface today. I'm not sure these pins that I got are any good. I may have already killed it, or okay. That'll have to do. That number 1 didn't work very well. I think that I may send this set back because I think the number 1 is dried up. This is not, no, the bats are a napkin. CB. The bats are a napkin. Napkin, I think I got in a napkin swap. So I'm going to get that packaging because I think I'm going to send those back to Amazon because they're not working right. That number 1's got an issue. All right. Here's a number 5 from a previous set. Normally I buy them at Tuesday morning. think I'm going to go with the white whiskers again. Because they're not showing up in black. Okay, I think that's going to be it. I'll sign it. I don't think I'm going to give it a name. Unless we want to give it a name. I'll sign it over here. Do you want to give it a name? So you can sort of see the eyes. I'll have to find a mat for it. I think they're all boxed up. I think it needs a black mat though. So let's look. Yeah, all I can think is something Bacillus, but that's not. I don't want to use Batman. Yeah, the mat makes it pop. Do we want to? Black might be too much. Something on that brand new mat. Well, I'm not putting that, Judy. Sorry, but not sorry. I already have a Frankie. Silver for the mat. I don't think so. I think I'm going to just leave the mat alone. I don't know what Bob is playing, but it's making like a radar gun sound. I thought about Bartholomew. I'm on the phone right now thinking if I can. I'm looking in mythology. There's Fuka. Fuka would take his victims on a great adventure as far away as the moon. It's a Celtic, Irish, I mean. It's Pho. Yeah, I do kind of like that. It's Phooka. And he took his victims to the moon. He was a bat. No, I have to explain it to him. When you sell it to them, you tell them. But I do like Bartholomew. We'll just go with Bartholomew. All right, and I got to write this letter in white. I did Bartholomew. I still like Fuka, but nobody would get it. Google's your friend. That's what I picked. All right, I think that's it for me. I'll work on the other two bunnies. Off screen and post a picture. they'll be easy because they won't have watercolor on them because of the glue. They'll just have some print on them. Something on the ears probably in red or green. And then this one, I'll use part of this is what I'm going to use in the middle here or something. Not the, I'm thinking not the outside. I'm thinking just this. Part. On the, like the shirt. And cut some of those that are in half. I also might use this for like, to make like the jacket. See, I'm thinking some of that red polka dot might go good in there. I also have some of that. Oh, this might work. Some of that would work. Some of that. Some of this. On that body. And maybe some green. This green here napkin. Is what I'll end up doing. Some of this green, because that pulls that green from the, and some of the red. So like I said, I'll work on that when somebody's streaming or I'm watching TV. Get them done quickly. That is it for me today. No, not today, Lori. I mean, I don't want to do the whole bunny. This one will come together pretty quick, though. All right, guys. Y'all behave, all of you. All right, I'll see y'all later.